Konstantin, Radu, classical agencies are becoming obsolete in the online world. How do you think they should evolve to be able to win this online world? How can we balance the offline and online presence? What do you think about this? Your opinion.
This is a tough question because a lot of people, nobody wants to change, Malik.
That's true. You have to, I always say you have to be open for change, otherwise it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. So what I want to focus on are two key aspects. So I'll keep it super short and super simple.
Right.
Anyone who has an offline agency has to do the first task: get a pen and a paper, go on vacation for somewhere, and sit down. This is the first thing. They need to sit down with themselves, relax for 1 or 2 days, and write down and jot down on a piece of paper what they are good at. This is what I generally feel. And imagine in my line of work, I had 14,000 meetings with agents across the 12 years since I'm working for WB. So I had my fair share of meetings of people not knowing, the online coming. In reality, they need to sit down, understand what they're good at, and where they can bring value now. In 2021, in COVID, without COVID, it's absolutely irrelevant. They should have done this even beforehand. COVID is just pressuring people. They need to sit down with a pen and paper and write down, I am good at catering to this audience. I am good at doing this. And this is key, and I'll tell you why. The OTAs are here to stay, and nobody wants to hear that. Everyone is trying to find ways to go around the OTAs. The OTAs are here to stay. It's too convenient for us to book using our mobile. This is the reality. Be it in America, in South America, in Europe, doesn't matter. Everywhere, the OTA experience as an idea will forever remain intact. Nobody is going to go to a million hotel websites and book, or a million. It doesn't work out like that. So you have to see what's happening in the industry. The airlines are already showing you the way. The airlines want to bypass you as an offline agent. They want to bypass you. They want to jump you, and they want to go directly to your customer. GDS fees, not working with particular distribution channels, working specifically with the direct consumer, not allowing you to do screen scraping. A lot of stuff is happening that is showing you, the offline agent, hey, these guys who are selling the tickets don't want me. Number one. Number two, you cannot just sell a hotel. You cannot just sell a hotel. This is the reality. You need to stop thinking that you can sell what other people are far better at selling. You cannot be an offline agent and say, I'm going to sell flights. Yes, 12 years ago, yes. 20 years ago, you could have done that. Now the airline wants to sell direct. You cannot just sell a hotel because everyone can find reviews, can find information, can find more hotels. So what's the solution? I don't want to just state the problem. Find what you're good at and then find your niche. Easier said than done. But I found out quite a couple of niches, and again, I bumped into tens of thousands of offline agents. LGBT travel, senior travel, luxury, corporates. A corporate customer can use an OTA, but a corporate customer, and we have customers like that, and TMCs, they want to send a WhatsApp and then get everything on their WhatsApp. Okay, they can have an app, but still, they need a human interaction. See if you are a TMC working with corporates and you used to sell hotels and flights for the leisure. Move away from leisure. Or if you are just leisure, like Michael was correctly saying, even for us, we have clients all around Europe, and we're seeing a huge surge. Our bookings are we are 11% less than we were in 2019, which was our best year for all of our clients. So we are super happy to see that, and the same is happening in the States, as Michael mentioned. Look into this trend, understand that corporate travel, if you're a corporate agency, corporate travel will not come back very fast, and move into packages, move into luxury packages, move into family-friendly packages, move into senior tourism, into people are now traveling with the pets, into pet tourism. There are hotels and there are packages for people who want to travel with a pet, which have specifics about them, and it's a niche. Now I don't know if people know, Orbitz has now rebranded into an LGBT brand. So they have found a way for even the big brand to focus it on a particular niche. This is the only way for an offline brand to survive, at least from my humble point of view. You find your niche, you go online, and you start to market to that particular niche. You don't try to fight the big OTAs, because it's we know what will happen when it's not like with the Goliath story. When small people are fighting the big dog, it doesn't play out well. Find a niche, market to that niche, which is far easier than marketing broadly. I'm going to travel particular groups and then move into it. This is the best advice that I've seen working out for tours in Corfu, for hotels in particular parts of Bali. People that focused on what they were good at and only that did very well, and Booking.com was not a threat to them at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. Sure. Okay, thank you. Radu, your opinion.
A lot of people, and we talked a lot about the OTAs, and everyone looks at the OTAs and considers that the OTAs are the bad guy in the room. I wanted to paint a picture and to give out a number and to talk about digital. Q2 of last year was funny, and when I mean funny, I mean in a let's say in a pejorative way. Was funny because Q2 of last year has caused 92% drops for Booking.com and 91% drops for Expedia. But when I say these numbers, people don't actually feel it. They consider that it's a drama for me that people stop coming to Crete or to Greece or to my own country. So I usually paint a picture. Imagine that Booking.com used to book 1.2 or 1.3 million room nights every day. 1.3 nights every day. This is Booking.com before the pandemic.
Right.
At an average of 2.5 nights per booking, more or less. I don't know the actual figures, but it's around there. It means about more than 500,000 bookings per day booked in a 24-hour cycle, 540,000. This means that in quarter 2 of last year, they should have done about 60 million bookings, and they did about 4 to 5 million. Imagine being on the board of Booking. Imagine taking decisions when you're expecting an influx of 60 million bookings and you only get 5. You only get 4. That's what the industry had to tackle. This is the creme de la creme in terms of suppliers. Now coming back to us, last year, after Q2 has finished, which was a funny quarter by any metric, we got about 40% more customers than in our best years. So 2019 has been our best year, and we got 40% more customers within 6 months. And we are a company that puts companies online. So what better example to tell you? Okay, are some companies struggling? For sure, Melik, for sure. But in reality, the people are going online. And I think Michael was saying that this is forcing people to use it, or to use technology, or it's forcing people to actually go online. I can tell you, based on our own booking numbers and based on our own sales on signing up new agencies, we have seen this. In the worst year that the travel industry, this is why I said the Booking.com, when even the top guys struggled a lot, in that year, we signed more customers than ever, because a lot of companies understood. So this is my way of having a positive outlook, a positive outcome. People are going online, people are not just going down, and people understand that they need to change. Of course, not all of them will change, but I felt it, and we are seeing it all across this year. But last year is more relevant. But even this year, people are going live with new platforms and new booking platforms because they want to survive. And they wouldn't have left their old ways unless the pandemic would have stopped them in their tracks.
I see. Very, very good. Thank you for the insight. Radu, what do you think?
The same question about data.
Yeah, data in the future.
Actually, it's Melik, it's quite for us. It hits very close to home. We stopped showing off our platform. Literally, we stopped showing off our platform, and we literally use the BI solution, the business intelligence solution, and we go into meetings to the offline agents, which you just mentioned. We go into meetings and we show off the kind of data that they can get, and this is a ton of data. So I would use a story to describe how funny data can be used. The last meeting I had before COVID started was for a customer in Greece. I went to their office. We discussed, very polite. The customer was growing threefold. It was a very, very, very nice interaction. At the end, I wanted to, the owner came in, a rather young individual, 40-something years of age. And then I said, let me show you something which you haven't seen, although you have the business intelligence solution from us for at least 2.5 years. So I went And I looked, because it's very easy for everyone to see how many searches, how many bookings, how much profit, what are the top properties, what are the top rooms, what are the booking patterns. We have all of that. But I said, let me show you something which you don't know. So I went into our BI and I pulled out one piece of data, the worst performing destination in their system. And for a Greek company, you wouldn't imagine, it was Bali. This particular company, doing a few hundreds of millions of revenue per year turnover, used to have 18,900 searches to one booking into Bali. We
That's
have
very
report.
low. Whoa, that's very low.
It's abysmal. But this shows you that having data, but having the data also interpreted, means a lot. So I just pulled out a report and said, look at this particular chart. Look at this graph. And said, why is Bali so bad? Because a lot of the Greeks that are using your platform, plus people outside Greece who are using your platform, are traveling to Bali. What do I have to do? Go to this supplier, source some product from Bali and solve this problem. So data, Bali would have never shown up in a search for the top book destination, in a top profit, in a top hotel. Never ever, because people were searching, were not finding what they wanted, and they were leaving. And for him, as a business owner in Greece, he would have never thought that his clients are searching to such a demand in a sort of Greek-like in a Greek-like destination, which is very far away. He would have never thought about it. And within 2 minutes, data solved that problem, not me. I just showed the data to him, and that's it. I just wanted to tell this story.
I mean, 18,000. There should be at least 18 sales at minimum.
Yes, 18,000 to 1. So we show a graph of 2-1. Paris 20 to 1, London 30 to 1, and Bali had 18,000 searches. So most of his Bali searches, he didn't have product in Bali.
That's the power of data. I mean, data as well the interpretation. Of course, that's the key of the business. Konstantin, Radu.
Yeah.
As the OTAs are getting more and more popular, what do you think about the future of the hotel businesses?
Okay, very very insightful. So I want to focus on 3 aspects, Melik. So hopefully I can get people on board and they will remember what are the 3 points. I would say the first one is regulation. They need to understand that they need to push on a political level. I have a piece of news from 9 days ago. In Germany, a high court in Karlsruhe stopped Booking.com forcing the hotels to have the cheapest room on Booking.com. This is a super nice piece of legislation for the hoteliers. Before, Booking.com was pushing, and now they are able to fight back. So in any country, even if you're from the US, you're from Turkey, from Europe, you need to do a bit of political pressure. This is level number 1. Level number 2, I want to tell a small story. 2 years ago, someone from Egypt who has a hotel in Sharm el-Sheikh came to our stand in the World Travel Market and mentioned that Booking.com closed his contract, which normally it wouldn't be a problem. But this closing of the contract actually meant that he went down by occupancy by 94%. So, and this is happening not 10 years ago, it's happening now. What I want to recommend to people and to hotels in general, not the big chains, because the big chains are already there. What we call boutique or unique hotels. Please invest in channel managers. Please invest in a solution so you can be present if you are an American brand, because we're for the US conference. If you are in America and you have a hotel in America, invest in having a channel manager solution that is going to cater to South America. If people are coming during the spring, invest in a solution for Europe, for people coming in summer, and invest also for a solution in Asia. So you need to be distributed and you need your rates to be available across the board. This is the second option. So the first one is political regulation, because these people will not self-regulate. The second one is distribution. And the third one, invest in marketing. And by marketing, I mean stop investing in staff. I have examples of hotels in Dubai, boutique hotels in Dubai, that have people that smile when you exit the elevator. It's a very nice feeling. You feel very well when people are smiling when you're exiting the elevator. But in all reality, they need to know who is the traveler, when they are booking, what is the booking window, to know more about the traveler than just have people all around, and to move from very staff-focused companies into being more technology-focused. To have reports, to have BIs, and to have business intelligence in order to be able to retarget those people. All the big brands I'm traveling to as hotels are retargeting me non-stop, and they know where I am and what I'm doing, and when I'm traveling for a next event. All the small hotels, all the small brands never come back. I leave their door, and I never hear from them again. That's it. These are the 3 points from me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.